Alright, it's kind of late, but I figured one more video. This is probably going to be a little bit of a slow one, because I'm going to smoke while I'm doing it. I've got to quit smoking this week. I keep saying that. Said last week too, but yeah, I'm working on it. I have little binge moments, but I'm getting there. Getting comfortable with the idea. Well, I'm not really comfortable with the idea. I'm just getting comfortable with the physical unpleasantness of existing without cigarettes for periods of time, like more than 15 minutes, which is tough for me. But anyway, that's a whole different subject. Won't even go there. All right, this pizza boy crap again, and Tim, Crash Dummy guy, who I have nothing against, but he's done a lot of trash talking about me, and it's always veiled, but it's we know who he's talking about, and it's a little bit irritating. So I did leave a comment on his video, and he chose not to respond to it. So I'm going to read it. What the hell? More interesting than the word inane is the word hypocrisy. You roll out accusations like sociopath. Yeah, he called me a sociopath in one of his videos. Complex psychological term. It's almost like a medical term. It does have a distinct definition. He should have to prove something like that. That's a personal accusation demeaning my mental capacity, my character, my intelligence. Even use the word inane to describe my video, which, if we're going to start throwing that word around, we could have the inane awards and see who wins more of them, me or Tim. But whatever. Middle finger gesture towards you, fella. Anyway. Others puke communist at any philosophy person left of their own. And this is the key point. It's all about these words. I mean, you can throw words around like sociopath and communist, and somebody throws back a couple of words at you, and it's, oh no, that's too harsh, and you can't say that to somebody. You can't say fucktard. Well, anyway, clearly it is your expectation that I have your sensibilities, that I only be offended when you think it's appropriate, and that I only offend when and how you see fit. Instead of this generalization tripe, why not put some complete context quotes together, and let's analyze some of the specific examples of what should be deemed over the line. Now, see, that's what I would like you people to do, is to actually take quotes of what I've said, complete quotes, not uncontextual quotes, but complete quotes, and explain how exactly this piece of rhetoric went over a line. All right, because I don't think you can do it, number one. And I think if I was to turn the tables on you and do it to your rhetoric, I think I could demonstrate how your rhetoric is over the fucking line. All right? You throw out some cheap jargon, and that's all it is. It's cheap jargon. So what's the difference? What are the distinctions? Where is communist? When somebody implies, if we talk about healthcare reform, and socializing medicine or universal healthcare, this guy was basically arguing, oh, well, you're just like the Cuban police and you're going to start beating people up. He didn't leave any doubts about it. He said socialism is the same thing as communism. There's just a little tiny bit of difference between them. Those were his words, his implications. And so anyone speaking of this rhetoric, he was henny-pennying, saying we're all sliding down some slippery slope to gulags. That was bullshit rhetoric. Completely irresponsible and demeaning to anybody with a fucking brain. Anybody with a fucking brain is going to be insulted by that crap. So I don't, really, this is so where do we put these words? Relatively speaking, communism, maggot. Where do they all fit on the fucking scale of offendability? So this is just bullshit. Your hypocrisy is it's just pretty apparent. All right, so let's get to the specifics of Pizza Boy's little rhetoric. All right, so he's still bringing up the "it's like" remark. And I'll say it again. In the context, you could replace the phrase "it is like" with "it would be as preposterous as," or "it would be as stupid as," or "it would be as ludicrous as." Okay? So obviously I wasn't calling somebody something. I was saying look, the argument is really simple. I was simply saying calling me a communist is just as ludicrous as me accusing you of being Son of Sam, or me accusing you of being Iraq, or me accusing you of being Saddam Hussein's evil twin. I mean, it's just, I was making the point that it's a ludicrous and offensive accusation. When you tell me I'm a defender of Stalin and Lenin and Castro and any other despot that's ever existed, that's offensive to me. I have a right to be offended when you put me in that company merely because I suggest there can be some reforms to this economic system. That's a bullshit tactic, and you deserve to have that pie shoved right back up your nose. Okay, and that's what I'm going to do with it. All right, the other remark, the other line he's clinging to is where I said something to the effect that to support the current exploiting system is no better than defending child molesters. Yeah, and I'm standing by it, okay? If we add up the numbers, if we add up the number of children who are living shitty lives through the exploitation system we have set up around the fucking world with our international corporations that got their start in our fucking country. We initiated that ball rolling, and it's rolling over people throughout the fucking world, all right? So all I'm simply saying is yes, those victims are our victims, all right? We might as well be just supporting child abusers in our own fucking country if we're going to sit there and somehow rationalize it away because it's happening someplace else, because it's happening in Africa or Indonesia or some other fucking country. What a bullshit argument. So I stand by it. There's nothing personal in the accusation beyond just simply proposing an observation, a logical, rational conclusion. 2 + 2 = fucking 4. All right, and I know there's one more thing that he keeps clinging to, but I can't think of it off the top of my head now. But whatever. I mean, let's remember, too, that this is the guy who, he's complaining about the embedded videos. This is the guy who embedded a video, that did the Hitler mustache thing, and I think it had the tampons in my ears, or this, I don't know what the video was, but he's the guy who embeds that video, and then he complains about my embedded videos. I mean, how can he have any credibility with this stupid complaint? This is also the guy, too, remember, who took one of my videos and had me repeat the words over and over and over again in the video, which is a bullshit tactic. So he's complaining now that I called somebody a maggot. Now, I'm sort of known for my creative titles for videos. I mean, it's not that. Look, you read the title. It says right-wing maggot red bait. Okay, I mean, the red, the bait thing, the word bait, and we'll see they use maggots as bait, for fishing. And so, that's why the word maggot was thrown in there, just because it gave a little extra reference to the red bait word, okay? And like they're trying to hook us with this, like we're going to fall for the trap of associating ourselves with communists because these assholes force us to. So yeah, that's the game they play, okay? It's like, you're for some kind of political reform, you're a communist. So that's the game. And so, if he wants to take that personally, that I called him personally a maggot, well, okay. Even if I did, so what? You want to call me a cockroach in return? Or, I don't know, think of something. I don't care. I mean, fine. I mean, it's, like I said, if you're going to call me a communist, I think I have the right to call you just about any fucking shitty thing on earth. If you're going to put a Hitler mustache on me and put a swastika on my fucking head, I think I can return any kind of rhetoric I want to back into your fucking face. All right? Because you obviously have no inhibitions about being as offensive as you possibly can. Again, even the word sociopath, Tim, you're going to sit there and throw that fucking word around? Well, you got no evidence of this sociopathness. I'm a fucking vegetarian. I haven't heard a thing in my fucking goddamn life. Who the fuck are you to sit there and judge me, sociopath? I used to bury other people's dead fucking pets. I mean, fuck you. It's a stupid and idiotic thing to say. And you want complete exemption. You don't have to take any responsibility for it. Why? And I have to somehow take I have to be perfect in every video I make. I can't, get a little too sloppy here or there. No, that's not acceptable. Well, fuck that bullshit. All right, last subject, real quick. 5-hour video. All right, yeah, I was only going to make one video a week, and so that's out the fucking window. Fuck it, who cares anymore? I'm just sick of the bullshit. So fuck it, I'll make videos whenever the fuck I feel like it. And so the videos the 2-minute clips. I mean, it was one video I made one day. All right, and so I broke it into 7 pieces to, just to do the, kind of joking around to do the blog every day thing. Okay, but it's just one video I cut into 7 pieces. And actually, the 7th piece actually mentions the Xavier thing and sort of just points out why I was as harsh as I was. But I ain't posting it until the 7th, I ain't posting it until the 7th day. So whatever, fuck it, I don't care. So whatever. I mean, you can keep throwing this rhetoric that I'm some kind of draconian force that forces people to run away. I think what forces them to run away is that I take all the steam out of their fucking arguments, and then they can't play the propaganda game anymore. And it is a propaganda game. The Xavier guy is a kind of a fanatical Christian right-wing nutball, and we're gonna have some contention. That's what's gonna fucking happen in that circumstance. Because I'm exactly everything I cherish in the world and everything I cherish about humanity and our intelligence, he shits on, and vice versa. So we just don't have there's no compatibility room there. I'm not saying one of us had to go, but obviously he can't take the heat, so he got out of the fucking kitchen. You're gonna talk politics, especially start throwing around words like communist. You're gonna have to have a little bit of balls to do that. It's not 1950 anymore. All right, everybody's not afraid to fight fucking back, and I'm certainly not. So fuck you. Call me a communist, and you're gonna get something back in your fucking face. That's enough. Defense of me.